Pamela Means, thank you so much for performing on Advocate Sessions. That was a
Thanks,
great
Chris.
set.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
First off, can you tell me first how you got into writing your own original music?
Well, I've probably been writing bad poems and cheesy songs since before adolescence, and so it was a dream to do it, and it just took a political turn early on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know one of your last records was specifically about impeaching Donald Trump.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kind of had songs related to that. Can you tell me about the process of writing that? I mean, it
Well,
must be really frustrating to be able to like try to get that into song, because there's a lot of feelings people have about that.
Yeah, I probably could write a handful more, really, but I just, like many others, I think, was devastated at the last election, and I'm still processing. I'm still upset on a daily basis with the Trump administration, and I wanted to write because that's how I deal with feelings and process my emotions, but I also knew as a political songwriter that I should probably say something about it. And but I tried many times. Like, I wrote it a whole year after he'd been in office, and many things triggered writing sessions, like his comments after Charlottesville, which I reference in the song. And so anyway, I think that song just came after many drafts of something not really quite being bold and succinct enough. And also I rushed, it's an EP because I just rushed to get the song out while it still has any sort of relevancy. And I think that window might be waning, maybe not, but I still needed to make a statement and do it in a hurry. So, yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
And I also sandwiched the album with, so I put some live versions of tracks, political, it's 5 songs, all political songs.
Okay.
And I put live tracks from Plainfield in the middle, so it opens with impeachment and closes with a tribute to Barack Obama that I wrote while he was still in office, just to sort of, so just a political knuckle sandwich put out for 2019.
Oh, definitely. So who are some of your biggest musical influences on your side of songwriting?
I've actually been really inspired by writers and poets.
Okay.
Audre Lorde, Bell Hooks, James Baldwin, all their political essays in particular transformed my own writing and my activism. It ignited it. And beyond that, Joni Mitchell, Nick Drake, The Usuals, Tracy Chapman, Indigo Girls, and a lot of jazz artists, Dinah Washington, Anita O'Day, Wes Montgomery. I just love good music, and so I'm inspired by quite a broad variety of stuff.
And you mentioned something about working on new projects and a new record, potentially, down the road.
Yeah, when I was living in Plainfield, I was not touring, and I was writing a lot to stay active and process life, whatever. And I wrote over 100 songs during a couple of years of living up there. So when it came time to make the Plainfield album, I had a surplus of songs, so I recorded all of them, and then I finished that, and then I still had time in the studio, so I started recording jazz standards that I had learned. So in that one session for Plainfield, I actually recorded 2.5 albums in about 3 days.
Wow,
and
that's quite impressive. Is that where the jazz project comes in? I know you have a jazz project you work on.
I have a trio album that I put out a while ago, and this one that I recorded in East Hampton at Zone Lab with Mark Allen Miller is solo. But since I recorded it, I started playing with a quartet with some fellas around the valley. And so I would like to do both, make a project with them, but still put this solo jazz, just me and this guitar doing all the standards, which I think will be fun to release.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, last question is just wanted to ask if you have any shows coming up, July, August, and beyond, just to let people know.
Well, I'm very excited to be in some folk festivals this summer. The New Bedford Folk Festival, the first weekend of July. My first time at Green River Festival. I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'll be there Saturday, July 13th. Falcon Ridge in August. And I've also started a project this year of, during that period when I was writing songs and not touring, I also just cause learned, memorized the Beatles' Abbey Road album with a dream of performing it but never doing anything about it. And then this year is the 50th anniversary of that album. So as another project, I've been performing that as concerts. So I'm doing that in October at the Parlor Room.
Cool.
And other spots. October 4th.
Well, I'm sure people can kind of get their tickets in advance.
They go on sale July 15th.
Perfect.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, Pamela. That was fantastic.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, crew. Appreciate it.